I understand that you've fallen on hard times, but you need to understand that I'm not just going to give you the money. If you want them, what I promised I'd pay you, I need the skinny on that skid mark former assistant. I'm like, shit. Hi, I'm Sophia-Helene Maestri, and this is Burning Questions. To all of my friends and viewers in the US, Finland, Canada, UK, India, Germany, Ireland, Australia, South Africa, and the Isle of Man, I would like to say good morning. Hyvää huomenta. Bon matin. Shub Prabhat. Guten Morgen. Dziękuję. Goeiemorgen. And Moremai. So, as it turns out, my former assistant was in league with his best friend and the damn prosecutor to screw me over. So, I'm paying this bank over here to find out everything they can about them. You know, revenge, if done properly, has to be carefully planned and delicately timed. But while he's doing his thing and scraping up the information I asked him for, I have some questions from you guys. So let's dig right in, shall we? I thought about how I was going to answer this question, and I took some fresh advice in writing my answer to this. And so my first instinct was to accuse conservatives of having extremely lazy or selfish praxis. The second thing was to point out that conservative ethos are fundamentally contradictory ideas, but those are very clearly and obviously true, and I feel like a lot of digital ink has been spilled on them, so they're not really that insightful. You're not gaining anything by listening to me talk about that. So I'm going to try to talk about something a little bit different. I don't think conservatives actually are ignorant. So, you look at things like abortion laws and trans bathroom laws and the fight against trans equality and rerouting FEMA and Coast Guard money to pay for ICE and family separations and travel bans and all of these things that are on a spectrum of violence between rhetorical and institutional. And they all sound like their justifications all sound ignorant, but leftists are pretty steadfast in calling conservatives out about this, and their response to that criticism is often telling. I don't think they're ignorant. I think they're so focused on gaining and maintaining power that they are blind to their own duplicity. So cephalopods are intelligent animals. They're adaptable, versatile problem solvers, but they lack the detailed body plan to communicate detailed information to their young, and that's critical. So if you're looking for an animal to be at least as intelligent as we were when we discovered writing about 3,000 to 8,000 years ago, depending on who you ask and what you count as writing, then I would submit that the far better choice would be the odontocetes, the toothed whales and dolphins, because they have the ability to vocalize. This is especially important when we're talking about interstellar communication, because any species who has the ability to communicate across the stars is going to have to communicate information from one generation to the next, because that's a lot of stuff to remember, and it's not feasible to discover all of that in one generation. So you have to be able to transmit information, and octopi either can't or don't, whereas the odontocetes generally can and do. Ooh, no. Here's the thing. Physical retail's been on the ropes for a little while. Everybody hates it. Nobody wants it. And the internet has made it so you don't have to go to the grocery store anymore if you don't want to. But unfortunately, the problem there is that it's going to put a lot of lower wage workers out on their asses, and the gig economy can't support all of them. So what I think we need is comprehensive socioeconomic reform to cope with a changing reality. That's right, I'm talking about UBI. UBI, or Universal Basic Income, is a federal assistance program that every adult in the United States, regardless of socioeconomic status, and every emancipated teen as well, receives without applying, with no preconditions, with no conditions for employment or work, forever, pegged to the cost of living, and subsidized by closing federal tax loopholes that companies like Amazon, on track to be the first trillion-dollar company, currently exploits. That's right. Amazon has made $1 trillion and has paid zero in taxes and abuses their workers on the reg. So closing those loopholes and forcing Amazon to pay their taxes, as well as labor penalties for their flagrant abuses, would go a long way in covering that distance just on its own. You would also have estate taxes and capital gains taxes that can't be avoided, and that would pump more money into it. And then current federal funds, federal programs like SNAP or HUD would get rolled into that, and everybody would get approximately a decent living for free. Now, the first step in doing this is to end corporate lobbying, because they desperately do not want this to happen. So, Senator Elizabeth Warren actually has submitted a bill that would go a long way into doing that. I'm going to put the link in the description. Check it out, and then read it, and then call your Congress thing and tell them how you feel about it. That is very distressing. They adopted a child in the very short time that I've been away. Obviously, it was his idea. She didn't want kids. Okay, what else? Ugh. Lawyer's wife hates him. Breaking news. Sky's still blue. Come on, what else? Anyway, thank you to my patrons, the incredible Riley Dosh, the inquisitive Lily Patterson, my first fan, Scarlett DeLeon, and my two newest patrons, Tara Nitka and Tessa Norris. I love you guys so much. Thank you. And if you like the video, click the like button and subscribe to the channel. And then if you want to follow the show on Facebook, link is in the description for that. Also, if you want to check out my other work on Quora and Vocal, link is in the description for that. And if you want to make the show better and add more shows to the review, if you will, please consider supporting our Patreon, link below. Contributing at any level will give you the reward of asking a question that I will 100% for sure answer on a Burning Questions episode at some... What? What? His father's who? That explains why he wanted to fuck me over. That dog could not handle its chloroform. Oh, there's more about the prosecutor. Really? Well, thank you very much, Monsieur Perry-Orange. My loyal assistant Montesquieu will pay you. Now, I happen to know quite a bit about plant-based toxins, so I'm going to give a call to Mrs. Prosecutor and see where that goes. Excuse me. Thank you, Montesquieu. Send her in. And, Montesquieu, can you see about lunch, please? Thank you. Hello. I understand that you're looking for a more permanent solution to your husband's problems. Perhaps I can help. Who am I? Thank you, Montesquieu. Who am I? I'm the second Marquess de Croque-Monsieur.